Hello and welcome to another installment of my series Overcoming CRPS. In this series, I showcase one of my many clients who has overcome CRPS and is moving on to a more meaningful and fulfilling life. These videos are just one of the places that you can see testimonies, but there are testimonies all over my Facebook group as represented here by these individuals in these screenshots. I want to feature these clients here to help any of you who are skeptical or worried about this process and show you that it is possible to overcome this condition and move on. So I think the best way to approach this is to let my clients speak for themselves. So following this intro, you will see one of them talking about their journey through pain coaching. And if you don't know who I am yet, my name is Chase Teagarden, and I not only was diagnosed with CRPS over 10 years ago, and overcame the condition myself after suffering in pain for 4 years. But I then went on to become a doctor of physical therapy and pain specialist who has treated CRPS for his entire career, helping individuals from all around the world. Not only do I offer one-on-one pain coaching, like I did with this client in this video, but I also offer an 8-week online self-guided CRPS program that will walk you through a similar process to the process I went through with the client you are about to see. So thank you to the client featured in this video. Thank you to all of you for watching, and I look forward to many, many more testimonies to come. So take it away.
We're already
Hello.
on. Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. Today's
Yeah.
exciting day. This is
Yeah.
this is testimony day. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Wait, are you in Japan right now?
I am.
What time
Yeah.
is it there?
It is 3:33 in the morning.
Oh, and
Yeah,
you're like wide awake.
I am. I'm a morning person naturally, even when I'm in the US, so yeah, it's
Oh,
easy.
okay. Just so I know,
Um,
like when Isabella is there, like what time I should be talking to her.
oh yeah, definitely she probably won't be awake until a little bit after this time, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
When do
No,
you
it's
when do
just
you leave again?
uh June 29th.
June 29th. Okay, nice. It'll be exciting.
Yeah.
I'll give you tips. Um,
Thanks.
yeah. But so I sent you guys some questions. Did you get a chance to look at them? Also, nice
Yeah.
hoodies, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. We're repping it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'll go through the questions and you can answer them as you see fit. You can wing it or you can read. That's cool.
Yeah,
And
I'm just
then
winging it.
She's winging it.
nice. I love it. That's perfect. And okay, let's do it. So if you would go ahead and introduce yourself, who are you? And then a little bit about you, and then also how you were feeling, physically, mentally before we started coaching.
Okay, I'm Isabella Cherney, and I was diagnosed with AMPS or CRPS in on March 8th, 2024. And my pain started in March of 2023 during track. And at that time, I was doing high jump and long jump in track for my high school. And I also was a field hockey player. And before that, I danced my whole life too. It was very difficult when with the whole year that we were trying to get diagnosed between the misdiagnoses and the hope that was just crushed after each doctor's appointment after they just kept saying no we can't help you, like no we can't help you.
Yeah.
So when I did get diagnosed, I was like, oh, it's just some other thing where I'm just going to have to do some PT and it's not going to help. And I didn't really think much of it, so I just brushed it off my shoulder. But after that, after countless amounts of PT, occupational therapy, all kinds of treatments to try to help, still nothing helped. And then Leah told us that she had found someone from Texas who had cured himself
Hmm.
from CRPS. And I was like, really? Like, no way. And so I started like looking you up and stuff.
Yeah,
Watching your videos.
Yeah.
sure.
And like before I started meeting with you, I rarely went to school. I wasn't playing field hockey. I didn't really go out just because the pain was unbearable, just
Yeah,
like in my arm and in my leg. Um, just hurt to even sit in class too
yeah,
much.
yeah,
So, and it obviously it took a lot on my mental health because it's just like, why me? Why is this my life? Like, why did this happen to me?
yeah. Yeah, it takes a lot away from you, not only uh, the sports and things like that, but also even more, and so it's much harder than, a typical injury. It really just takes over your life. And I definitely saw that when I first met with you. The first day I could tell, both you and Leo, when I met with each of you individually, both of you are very defeated that day, and there's a lot of emotion coming from both you and mom, and yeah, and so we started coaching, and now that we've been coaching for 12 weeks. What are you doing now after working with me besides wearing cool hoodies?
Cool merch.
Yeah.
Um, well, back to the gym. I haven't been a little bit, but I'm
Yeah.
going back to the gym. I've
Mhm.
been in school for the whole week, like for months now.
Hmm.
Haven't missed school. Um, just kind
Yeah.
of like back to my normal
Happy, living
life
her life.
Yeah.
and going to Japan soon
Mhm.
for 12
Mhm.
days with my school, which
Mhm.
I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to go because I mean, we're continents away and so
Yeah.
much walking. And
Yeah.
then I'm pretty sure I'm gonna play field hockey in the
Yeah.
fall.
Yeah,
So
you've got to I sent you guys that workout. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but
yeah,
I made it
I,
quite challenging.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So yeah, going back to field hockey. Yeah, like you said, doing Japan, going and being at school every day, going to social events, uh, getting through work, everything. So that's fantastic. If you had to pick something during our time working together, what was the hardest thing you faced, or the hardest thing you faced during coaching?
Just having to always stay positive
Mm,
because, like I've learned, it's so emotion based. So if I were to think, oh my gosh, it's never gonna go away, like this is so bad, like it wouldn't go away.
yeah.
And even sometimes, like when I would still have flare ups, and it was just so hard to stay positive. But then when it went away, I was like, I'm okay.
Mhm.
And before, I didn't know that it was going to be okay.
Yeah, and that's you're exactly right. The fear of CRPS or AMPS, it the fear of that perpetuates it. And
Hmm.
so once you can overcome the fear, the pain will go away. And the cool thing is your body is the same right now, outside of the fact that you've started working out and stuff, but like your body from an overall standpoint, internally, externally, is still the same as when we first started working together, but you
Hmm.
have no pain now. And so that kind of stuff, is a big positive. And if you do have an incidence where you feel extra pain, instead of asking what's going wrong with my body, I've seen you do it time and time again. You ask, what's going on with me emotionally? Am I overly worried about school? Am I irritated by a friend? Things like that. And so yeah, you've really mastered the concept, and I'm sure it was super annoying at first every time you would text me about the pain you were having, and I would just hit you with as much positivity or
I was
encouragement
like,
as I
oh,
could. You're like, oh my gosh, can't I just complain today? I'm like, I'm
Don't
like,
worry, she
tomorrow's a new
complained to
day.
me.
Oh, okay, good. She had you as an outlet. That's good. Because yeah, I,
Yes,
I
no
definitely
complaint.
I definitely try to find ways to reframe and train the mind to kind of behave that way too. So that's
And
good.
that was it. I didn't have the encouraging words that you have
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I haven't been through it. I know nothing about, well, I know a lot about it, but
yeah,
nothing about it.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think that that's the secret sauce for me is that I've been through it. I remember what I probably needed to hear back then. And I remember my own cycles, where I'd have a flare and I'd get into this thought process, and that thought process, negative thought cycle, that would last like a month. But if I had someone in my ear saying like, "Hey, it's going to be okay. Tomorrow your flare could end tomorrow, or end in an hour." That would have calmed me down a lot. So that's a lot of, I would say to you, Isabella, the things I needed to hear, and that was the biggest thing, to teach you those things so that when we're not working together, you can hear what I would say in in your ear even when I'm not there. So
Yes.
perfect. What do you think with all this, do you think is the most important thing you learned during our coaching?
Just to always remember that it's going to get better always. Like it's not going to stay like that forever, which I had so much like trust in you when we
Mm,
first started because you know what it's like to go through it. You felt what I felt, unlike any of the other doctors that I've seen or talked with. And you just telling me over and over that it's going to get better. Like it's not going to last the whole time.
yeah,
It just, I think the most important thing, because I still say that to myself today. Like this morning, my arm like was feeling a little funny. So I was just like, it's going to go away in like 5 minutes. I got my mind off of it and it was gone.
yeah,
So
yeah. That's the trick. And there'll eventually come a time you practice that enough, there'll eventually come a time that you don't even notice anything. I remember vividly, there was a time I was like, man, I haven't had pain for like 3 weeks. And I think that moment, I remember I was in my car. It was like an old Ford Escape. But that moment when I thought that was the last moment I had any thought or worry about CRPS in relation to my body. And then
mhm.
of course I went on to do school and start working with people with it. But yeah, so yeah, I would say that's yeah, that's a good selection of a very important thing. You've already answered this question kind of, but do you fear CRPS in the same way that you used to?
Not at all. I'm not even scared of it now. Like even still now, like when I think of pain, like I know it's going to get better.
Yeah,
And like I said before, I didn't know it was going to get better. I didn't
yeah,
know I didn't know that I wasn't going to be 40 years old still and have this.
yeah.
So,
No, no, you're gonna be good to go. You'll be on the playing field hockey soon, and I'll be super excited for that day. And um, so that kind of leads into this question: what are you gonna do now that you've overcome this, conquered it?
go back to field hockey this
Perfect.
summer, this fall,
Yeah,
and Japan. Go to Japan for 12 days.
yeah,
walk
And
those 20,000 steps every day.
yeah.
that's gonna be awesome.
Um, yes, and I'm very excited.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Too.
awesome. And Mom, how did you feel about all of this?
Um, what's the word I'm looking for? Relieved, of course.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't have her pain, but I was right there with her. Um, the text messages all day, every day, throughout the night. Um, like Isabella said, she thought maybe she was going to be 40 and still have this, and I thought I was going to be still getting those text messages. But it's been such a big dramatic change since you've been in our lives.
Yeah.
Just her overall well-being, of course. But when she had her CRPS, you would never know it
Hmm.
from the outside because she was always upbeat and happy and she never showed it.
Yeah.
And now that she knows she can conquer it, she's that much more positive and
Yeah.
upbeat.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah. Well,
very relieving.
yeah. I love to hear that, especially for, you know, moms or other parents that might end up watching this, testimony. Um,
Hmm.
I feel like as a parent, there's probably nothing scarier than getting explained or reading about what CRPS is, because a lot of the information you see online or read about in support groups is actually completely false. And so there's this fear that, you've just lost the child you knew because of this wild mystery illness. And so, yeah, you letting people know that it's been relieving for you and you've seen a solid change. I think that'll hopefully encourage people uh, to take the leap so I can help. Uh,
Absolutely. Like, don't get discouraged. I think we were at like 36 providers between doctors, PT, OT, acupuncture, this
yeah,
therapy, that therapy, scrambler, anything that you can imagine. We've been through it all. And
yeah,
until nobody had an answer, nobody had a treatment.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like just take pills. Exactly. That's what my
Uh-huh.
husband just said. Here, try this medication, try that medication.
Yeah,
So we're very, very thankful that someone stumbled across you, Leah's mom, and
yeah.
here we are.
Yeah. I'm so glad, and I'm still looking forward to the day that I can potentially get, some video of both you and Leah walking onto the to play some field hockey, and I think that'll be the coolest thing. We'll do a little
Oh, we'll be
motivational
there.
montage. I
I
Yep.
love
think
it.
you'll get
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
there with my camera for sure.
Awesome. Perfect. That'd be perfect. And then
Yeah.
if the timing works out, the 5K in September too.
Hmm.
We'll talk about that. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for your trust. I'm proud of all of you, dad off screen there. But I this stuff isn't easy. Putting trust in me or another provider after you've been through 36 plus is very hard to do. And
Hmm.
I'm just happy. I'm just thrilled. Every time when we were working together, when I'd get, text from Isabella that she's at the gym or she went through the whole day of school and work and doesn't feel pain at all or doesn't feel much, it's exciting. And yeah, I think from here, I think you're ready to take the reins and we can maybe have like a few check-in visits if needed. But I want you to know that whether we're working together or not, when you go through something like this with CRPS and you meet someone else who's dealt with it and overcome it, I feel like it's a lifetime bond. So I'll always expect some memes from you or you can reach out.
Instagram Reels.
Yeah, there you go. You can reach out anytime. You can anytime you need, I'll be around. So and I'll keep updating your fitness program so we can get you in the best shape for field hockey. Be good.
That's exciting. I know my husband's very excited about that also.
Yeah. Yeah.
See how
Wearing the
good
field
field
hockey
hockey.
Is he? That's awesome.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. I'm stoked and we can wave bye to YouTube, I guess, and then we can just talk after that. Sound good?
Okay.
All right.
All right, bye YouTube.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Picked up the pieces, the seasons are changing, flowers I'm rearranging. Kept this a secret, gave me every reason, the stream I was chasing. The price of peace, the silence released, a fire we kept on burning. The light through the leaves, smoke in the trees, engines keep on turning. Thought we'd find